Whoa, Wazam. Today's video is on the murder of Jeffrey Epstein by the United States government. Now, I know, even though they killed Kennedy, they killed Malcolm, they killed Martin, they killed Nipsey, y'all still say the burden of proof be on the people who reporting the motherfucking shit. Now, if you new here, what we do here is read something or watch something, and we block talk, break that shit down. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna read this shit from my motherfucking phone, you dig? And we gonna talk about how long they allowed this dirty, stinking ass pedophile to walk the streets just because he white and he got enough money to pay his way out of any fucking thing, you did. Let's read this motherfucker cases off, and y'all tell me why was he able to walk the motherfucking street, and if it's just me, huh? Because you know that's the theme of this shit. It's just us. We racist and race baiting and this, that, and the third, while they stay letting these fucking dirty pedophiles walk the street. But we know damn well he was killed by the elite. And if you don't finish this video and believe that he was killed by the United States government and the elite, then fuck it, I don't know what I could tell you, dig. I could lead your ass to the water, but I can't make you drink that shit. Now I'm gonna read it from my goddamn phone, and I'm gonna scroll down from time to time just to keep y'all on track if you actually reading that shit off my screen, you dig. Let's go. In 2005, a woman contacted Florida's Palm Beach Police Department and alleged that her 14-year-old stepdaughter had been taken to Epstein's mansion by an older girl. There, she was allegedly paid $300 to strip and massage Epstein. She allegedly undressed but left the encounter wearing her underwear. Police began a 13-month undercover investigation of Epstein that included a search of his home. The FBI also became involved in the investigation. Subsequently, the police alleged that Epstein had paid several girls to perform sexual acts with him. Interviews with 5 alleged victims and 17 witnesses under oath, and a high school transcript and other items found in Epstein's trash and home allegedly showed that some of the girls involved were under 18. Y'all know damn well majority of the girls involved was under 18 by now. The police search of Epstein's home found 2 hidden cameras and large numbers of photos of girls throughout throughout his motherfucking house, some of which the police had interviewed in the course of the investigation. Now, based off that alone, they got testimonies from girls, then went and found the fucking tapes with the same girls. Why wasn't he put under the jail? Why are y'all able to dig fucking Michael Jackson up from under the grave and say he was a pedophile though? How can y'all go back and say that Cosby drugged somebody or Chris Brown did this a decade ago? And understand, I don't give a fuck about none of these goddamn celebrities, but they represent what they do to other black men every motherfucking day, you dig? The ones who don't have a goddamn name, that ain't nobody talking about, who's sitting under the motherfucking jail. But this dirty pedophile walking the streets, you dig? Walking the streets, goddamn it. Let's keep going with this bullshit. The International Business Times reported that papers filed in 2006 alleged that Epstein installed concealed cameras in numerous places on his property to record sexual activity with underage girls by prominent people for purposes such as blackmail. Epstein allegedly linked girls to powerful people to ingratiate himself with them and to also gain blackmail information. In 2015, evidence came to light that one of the most powerful men at Epstein mansion may have been Prince Andrew, Duke of York. A former employee told the police that Epstein would receive massages 3 times a day. Eventually, the FBI compiled 34 confirmed minors eligible for restitution, which means that dirty motherfucker did it, you dig, and they got all the evidence, but they rather let him pay them off. That way he can continue to walk the streets and continue his pedophilic sex fucking ring. Anyway, goddamn it, Julie Brown's 2018 expose in the Miami Herald identified 80 and located 60. Great job, FBI. You only found 30 and only interviewed a couple of them and made sure that he could just pay them all. This fucking woman dude who writing the goddamn article not only finds 80, she located 60 of the motherfuckers. Goddamn it. Let's keep reading. In May 2006, Palm Beach police filed a probable a probable cause affidavit saying that Epstein ass should be under the jail with 4 counts of unlawful sex with minors and 1 molestation count. Y'all see the verbiage of this shit? Unlawful sex with minors. Say rape, but they still be on code. You see how they media be? Even if it's one of them white boys who shot up 20 motherfuckers at a mall or some shit, they still use the right verbiage. Unlawful sex with a minor and molestation. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all know what kind of dirty shit he probably did to them fucking kids, sodomizing all kind of shit. Y'all know what the fuck they into, bruh. Let's go. Epstein's high-powered team of defense lawyers included blah, 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 Alan Dershowitz, and former Clinton special prosecutor Ken Starr. Now, y'all see all these prominent names, huh? Duke of York and shit. You understand what I'm saying? Alan Dershowitz and a former Clinton special prosecutor, which to me make me think, oh man, and he talked to Clinton. Clinton was like, hey, I'll let you use my nigga Ken Starr. Go holler at him. He be doing this thing you did. He the one who made sure I could keep doing all the dirty shit I'm doing. See how Bill Clinton, that's what I be thinking. See, you gotta think how criminals think. These people just criminals at a higher fucking powered level, goddamn it. Now let's continue to read. After press reports that Epstein would be charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with no intent to commit a felony, Palm Beach Police Chief Michael accused the Palm Beach County State Prosecutor Barry of being too lenient and was instrumental in bringing in the FBI, which means the state police chief laid up there and called the FBI on that fool Barry Kirshner, you dig? Instead, Kirshner convened a Palm Beach County grand jury, usually done in capital cases, presenting evidence from only 2 fucking girls. The grand jury returned a single charge of a felony solicitation of prostitution. Wow. To which Epstein pleaded not guilty. Then he pleaded not guilty to the shit. So not only did the state stepped in and was like, hey, police chief, shut your stupid ass up. He formed a little grand jury, did, and he only let 2 girls talk. Probably was the easiest targets that he could dirty up and make them look bad to that grand jury. Then they come back with only 1 charge, and Epstein was like, shit, I'm gonna fight that motherfucker too, cause I'm rich and I'm white and I could do that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And watch how the media been reporting this shit. Like, you know, like, oh, we're just happy he's dead. People are just happy. Yeah, y'all trying to write that shit off, ain't you? But anyway, motherfuckers had the state had, I mean, the motherfucking police chief had to call the FBI on the state, you dig? Now, what that tell you? In July 2006, the FBI begins its own investigation of Epstein, nicknamed Operation Leap Year. It resulted in a 53-page indictment in June 2007 that was never presented to a grand jury. Alexander Acosta, then the United States Attorney General for the Southern District of Florida, agreed to a plea deal to grant immunity from all federal charges to Epstein, along with 4 co-conspirators and any unnamed potential co-conspirators. Damn, not only did he get him and 4 of his partners off, but any unnamed motherfuckers, you know, make sure they straight, you did. Hold on, that's one of my unnamed niggas. Make sure he still, you know, get the skate on this shit. He get his immunity popping, you did. Wow. The non-prosecution agreement essentially shut down an ongoing FBI probe into whether there were more victims and other powerful people, you dig, who took part in Epstein's sex crimes at the time. This halted the investigation and sealed the indictment. The Miami Herald states Acosta agreed, despite a federal law to the contrary, that the deal would be kept from the victims. Wow. Now let me tell y'all, if you ain't reading through the dotted lines, this is where a Block Talk breakdown comes in, you dig? The FBI laid up there, they stepped in and they got the evidence. But y'all know what police always fucking do, don't you? Whenever they do, you ever seen the movie White Boy Rick? Whenever you start moving weight and shit, they not gonna just, oh, we arrested the perpetrator, that's it. No, they get him to work with them. You dig? They get that person to get more people. You dig? Or create more motherfucking people because they be in the blackmailing too. You don't think the FBI be doing their motherfucking thing? Think about it. Let's look at that shit again. The FBI got their own probe in that motherfucker and got a 53-page indictment, but never was presented to a grand jury. That's because they presented that shit to him and say, "Look, you're gonna work for us." You dig? Then what they did in return for you working with us, we gonna get you off, you dig, for your co-conspirators and any unnamed motherfuckers. See, this how real gangster shit happen. You understand what I'm saying, people? Y'all understand this shit, bruh? Come on. Now let's continue to read. The Miami Herald states Acosta agreed, despite a federal order to contract, that the deal would be kept from the victims. Yeah, I'm glad I reread that. They broke the law, y'all. They kept the fucking information from the victims that they had settled. They kept the plea deal from the victims. So much for America. Oh, we're so for the victims of raping, not the children, not the kids, and all of that bullshit. Let's continue to read. Acosta later said he offered a lenient plea deal because he was told that Epstein belonged to intelligence. Oh, I'm about to find that shit out for y'all. I'm about to show that shit to y'all. He belonged to intelligence. He didn't say Central Intelligence, CIA or no shit. He belonged to fucking intelligence. Where that shit at up here? Acosta agreed despite the federal he offered a plea deal above the pay. Look. He belonged to intelligence, y'all. You see that shit? He belonged to intelligence and was above his pay grade and to leave it alone. Now, all of y'all, you watched the movie before. Let's say you're not from the streets and you happen to stumble upon a rebel network like this one, you dig? If you ain't from the streets, this how we Block Talk break that shit down. They told him, look, bruh, y'all ain't taking him nowhere. He with the clique. This shit is above your pay grade. Leave it alone. Now, those of you who ain't from the streets, like I said, if you saw a movie, you ever see when the detectives and shit'll be, covering something up and be like, this is above your pay grade, officer, and it be some big time elite shit going on where big money is changing around and shit like that and getting people off. Nigga told him, hey, this dude belonged to intelligence, nigga. You know what that mean. This nigga belong to Illuminated, nigga. This nigga one of us, you hear me? This above your pay grade. Sit your stupid ass down. You dig? And this Acosta, a motherfucking attorney general. You see how they talked to him? They need to find out who told him that. Nigga, you the motherfucking attorney general for the Southern District of Florida, and the nigga walked up to you and said, hey, nigga, this above your pay grade. Who told him that? But it's just me, huh? Who told him that? The elite, nigga. Hey, it's above your motherfucking pay grades. You better sit down, you dig? Look, Epstein agreed to plead guilty to 2 state charges for soliciting prostitution and for procuring an underage for sex and shit. Registered as a sex offender and pay restitution to 3 dozen victims identified by the FBI. 3 dozen fucking children, y'all. 3 dozen victims. And he was still walking the streets, just register as this, see? But they gonna catch your son, your daughter, or some shit. Possibly a truant. They gonna lock up the mother, Kamala Harris. Or Joe Biden gonna give a state incentive so when they catch a black man with 1 piece of crack, he doing 10 years flat time and shit in the South. Doing flat time, but y'all don't see the conspiracy on top of the conspiracy on top of the conspiracy. God damn it, come on, bruh. The Guardian, a British newspaper, reported somewhat inaccurately. Despite this, the U.S. government eventually agreed to allow Epstein to plead guilty to just 1 count of soliciting prostitution from an underage girl under Florida state law. You heard what the American government allowed? Let's reread that part. Despite this, the United States government eventually agreed to allow Epstein Epstein, they allowed him to plead to one fucking count of soliciting prostitution from an underage girl in Florida state. Ain't that a goddamn shame? One count. And let me read. Epstein agreed not to contest civil claims brought by the 40 women identified by the FBI, but escaped the prosecution that could have seen him jailed for the rest of his life. Nobody keeps escaping prosecution without the help of the FBI and further intelligence, as they call it. You understand? Nobody. It's because he paid and he fucking white. And look, all he had to do to plead to that one fucking count, y'all, this is how the slick shit happened. He agreed not to contest the civil claims, you did, which means if them civil claims came out, y'all know how them civil claims be. That mean all the names of Chris Tucker, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and all of them was gonna get out. See, don't forget about the elite connections. See, these some powerful names, Bill Richardson and the Duke of York and all of that old bullshit. Y'all don't think these people killed them? You actually think this motherfucker was just found hanging there? I killed myself? Hell nah. This shit happens repeatedly, y'all. Come on, man. A federal judge later found that prosecutors had violated the victim's rights. A federal judge later found out? He later found out? This shit been happened. Ain't he orchestrated the shit where they hid the fucking the verdict from the victims and shit? They hid the plea deal. How the fuck do they hide a plea deal without a judge being aware of it? That's because the judge got paid off too, huh? A federal judge later found that the prosecutor had violated the victim's rights, which means the victims found out and told them and was like, yeah, we gonna tell the media. Come on, man, read in between this shit. Concealed it from the victims and instead urged them to have patience. Look what the judge told him after that, to have patience. What kind of bullshit is that? But let's continue. Let me scroll this shit down for y'all. You witnessing the fucking Rebel Network at hand, you dig? On June 30th, 2008, after Epstein pleaded guilty to a state charge, one of two, of procuring for prostitution. Look at the verbiage, y'all. Procuring for prostitution a girl below age 18. He was sentenced to 18 months in prison while he only got 18 months. Now this is where it gets interesting. While most convicted sex offenders in Florida are sent to state prison, Epstein was instead housed. He was housed in a private wing of the Palm Beach County Stockade. Y'all heard that? That boy was housed for a little while. While you going to jail, your sons, your daughters getting killed, murdered, or set up by the fucking police forever and shit, or getting murdered. The police murdering Malcolm X using the help of the Nation of Islam, or murdering motherfucking Martin Luther King using old bitch ass, what his name is, Al Sharpton and them, or using fucking the Crips to kill Nipsey Hussle. This shit happens over and over. But anyway, let me just keep going. This motherfucker here was housed. This nigga was housed. According to the sheriff's office, was after 3.5 months, he was allowed to leave the jail on work release for up to 12 hours. So he was out there working for 12 hours a day. He wasn't in jail, he was housed, remember that? And for 12 hours a day, he can go chill. This contravened the sheriff's own policies, requiring a maximum remaining sentence of 10 months and making sex offenders ineligible for the privilege. Look, he a sex offender. He wasn't even eligible for some shit like this to happen. He was having sex with fucking little girls and sodomizing fucking children and giving them the other dirty, sick motherfuckers like Bill Richardson and the Duke of York and Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and them to motherfucking have sex with children and sodomize them. Like, what the fuck, bro? But he was granted the privileges though. Why? Y'all know why. He was allowed to come and go outside of his specified release hours. Look, Epstein's cell door was left unlocked and he had access to the attorney room where a TV was installed for him. This dude, I don't know, like, if I'm working, even if I'm doing security at a motherfucking a prison and you a pedophile and shit, I'm not giving you no leniency. I'll beat the fuck. I hate to even look at your dirty, stinking ass. But the police officers, remember? It's blue, black and blue. They so great. The cops are great. It ain't all of them and all of that bullshit. But all of them cops had to play a part in that because money fucking talks. This motherfucker had a TV installed for him. Before he was moved to the Stockade's previously unstaffed infirmary. Hold on. He was moved to the Stockade's previously unstaffed infirmary. Wow. He worked at the office of a foundation he had created shortly before reporting to jail. He dissolved it after he had served his time. The sheriff's office received $128,000 from Epstein from his nonprofit to pay for the cost of all the shit that he had them do, like installing his TV and his security detail team and shit. Look at that shit. His office was monitored by permit deputies. Man, this dude had an office and shit set up and had deputies out there who was paid overtime by Epstein. Wow. They were required to wear suits. This dude had a fucking team, had suits and everything. Had suits that they was required to do certain shit for a fucking pedophile. The pedophile say, hey, y'all working for me, but y'all gotta wear suits and shit. I know I'm a dirty, stinking ass pedophile, but I need y'all to dress up and shit when you walking around with your boy Epstein, you hear me? When you walk around with J. Ep, you dig? This dude is one of the greatest criminals of fucking all time, huh? J. Ep, you dig? His office was monitored by the motherfucking office. They was required to wear suits, checked in welcome guests at the front desk. They had to check in this shit to go get Ep, huh? This nigga Ep was doing it big. Pedophilic, dirty motherfucker. Later, the sheriff's office said that these guest logs was destroyed per the department's records retention rules, although inexplicably, the Stockade visitor logs were not. He was allowed to use his own driver to drive him between jail and his office and other appointments. See, y'all, he didn't go to jail. He was housed. See, he didn't go to jail. He was housed. You understand what I'm saying? This dude had them driving him, nigga. He had the cops driving him. Wow. This dude was doing it fucking. I bet, did he even interact with other fucking criminals? These people dirty, bruh. They dirty, bruh. And I know I'm smiling, but every time I think of how the fuck one fucking innocent black man is in there, you dig, locked up under the fucking jail, and this motherfucker here getting rides and shit to his offices, being able to do whatever the fuck he wanted. He wasn't even in the jail for 12 hours at a time talking about work release. Epstein served almost 13 months before being released for a year on probation and house arrest until August 2010. While on probation, he was allowed numerous trips on his corporate jet to his residencies in Manhattan and U.S. Virgin Islands. So they let him go to islands and shit while he was on probation. But your sons and daughters can't even fucking go to work without checking in or telling them motherfuckers where they going or some bullshit. He was allowed long shopping trips and to walk around Palm Beach for exercise. But I'm race baiting. This channel is doing that. The elite don't exist. The hidden hand don't exist. Ain't no powerful people at the top. The 1% don't control the media and all of this shit. Have y'all not been paying attention to all the soft verbiage they use? Come on, bro. After a contested hearing in January 2011 and an appeal, he stayed registered in New York State as a level 3 high-risk repeat sex offender, a lifelong designation. At the hearing, the Manhattan District Attorney General inexplicably argued and unsuccessful that the level should be reduced to a low-risk level 1 and was chided by the judge. Despite opposition from Epstein's lawyer that he had a main home in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the judge confirmed that he personally must check in with the New York Police Department every 90 days. Let me stop. Every fucking 90 days, this dirty motherfucker ran a pedophilic sex ring and he got a report every 90 days. I know niggas who got caught with probably a little weed, an ounce of weed, a pound of weed, a piece of crack, and he got to check in damn near every week, every other week. Stay at the motherfucking office, stay coming out the pocket, but this motherfucker, every 90 days, your pedophilia sodomizing ass could just come through, check in, tell us that you still exist, Epstein, you know. Shit, you need a couple police to drive you here, Epstein, dog. See? Though Epstein had been a level 3 registered sex offender in New York since 2010, the New York Police Department never enforced the 90-day regulation, though non-compliance is a fucking felony. So that means not only did they tell that dirty motherfucker to show up once every 90 days, you dig, he ain't even do that. They told him to do that, but then he didn't do it, and that's a fucking felony. That's another fucking felony. But he allowed to do what he want, go to the Virgin Islands, walking on the beach and shit, doing whatever he want. For exercise. Oh, I'm shopping and shit. Take me to appointments and everything. Oh, I'm going to jail. Well, that mean y'all better house me over there, nigga. Fuck, you think I'm going with them regular motherfuckers to jail? Hell nah, nigga. Y'all better house me over there. Oh, what you mean attorney room? Nigga, you better build me a motherfucking TV over there, you dig? And remember the whole main part of the story, y'all. The FBI is still fucking with your boy. He a person of intelligence. They laid up there and like the police do. They found the evidence, you did. Hey, you work for us now. We gonna get y'all these charges. See how this shit go, bro? Come on. Let me scroll down a little more for y'all, though. Reactions, huh? The immunity agreement and his lenient treatment were the subject of an ongoing public dispute. See, it had hit public then, all this leniency he was getting. The Palm Beach police chief accused the state of giving him preferential treatment, and the Miami Herald said the U.S. Attorney Acosta gave Epstein a deal of a fucking lifetime. Following Epstein's arrest in July 2019 of sex trafficking charges, Acosta resigned as Secretary of Labor effective July 19, 2019. So y'all know how that went. They walked up to Acosta, the dude who they said, bruh, you better not do shit because, this dude is of intelligence, motherfucker. Remember him? That's the dude, the Attorney General. They walked up to him like, hey, he of intelligence. You see how they don't tell us who told him that, though? You know, they told him, the same people who told him that told him, hey, I'm going to need you to resign, step down, things are getting a little dirt. We know how they operate by now, y'all. I ain't got to tell y'all this. Hey, we're going to need you to step down, resign. We're not going to come after you in the charges, but we need this to look like, like it was just you giving them preferential treatment, sit that shit down. That's what the fuck happened. After the accusations became public, several persons and institutions returned donations that they had received from Epstein, including Elliot Spitzer and Bill Richardson. Now, what Elliot Spitzer, dumbass, and Bill Richardson did was show their hand. Because Bill Richardson is one of the motherfuckers that they say he was lending girls to. You see how they say lent? They ain't saying pimping. They ain't saying how he pimped one of his hoes to Bill Richardson. They say he lent one of his girls. See how they media be on cold with the verbiage, even of a motherfucking pedophile. But me, oh my God, I hate pedophiles, motherfucker. I'll kill you because I'm a visual person. Like, I will kill you. I have kids, bro. That shit terrible, boy. But anyway, I digress. In the Palm Beach Police Department, Harvard announced it would not return any money. So while everybody else scrambling, man, we gonna give everybody their money back, Harvard was like, nigga, we Harvard, we rich, and we don't give a fuck what y'all think, and we keeping the money. Various charitable donations Epstein had made to finance children's education were also questioned. I don't give a fuck if it was questioned. Did y'all give it back or what? On June 18, 2010, Epstein's former house manager, assistant pimp, Alfredo Rodriguez was sentenced to 18 months incarceration after being convicted of obstruction, charged of fulfilling, incarceration after being convicted on an obstruction charge for failing to turn over to the police, and subsequently for trying to sell a journal in which he had recorded Epstein's activities. FBI Special Agent Christina Pryor reviewed the material and agreed it was information that would have been extremely useful in the investigating prosecuting case, you dig, including names and contact information of material witnesses and additional victims. Y'all see that shit down there, boy? Let me highlight that bullshit. Because basically what they did was let us know everything. You are witnessing a motherfucking rebel network, BTN in this bitch, you dig? After being fucking convicted, y'all. And he was sentenced to his 18 months of incarceration for obstruction. They got him for trying to sell the journal. Think about this. Who was he trying to sell that journal to, and how did he get caught? What happened was the assistant pimp got jammed. What happened, Epstein said, hey man, take your charge, do your thing. He was like, oh yeah, see, I knew this fucking day would come. I got this journal. Yeah, I'm about to sell the fuck out of this. To who? Who y'all think he would sell that journal to? The goddamn media, right? So who you think turned them in? And who you think owned the media? See, they made sure that deep throat shit wasn't about to happen. Oh, you think this shit actually gonna leak into the public? Hell nah, we own the media, dumbass. The person you trying to sell that to, the writer, dumbass, we control that person. Is one of us, you dummy. So we got you. We done jammed you up. But the FBI, see, they found a way not to even use that shit. Talking about that would have been extremely useful in investigating and prosecuting in the case. But they could find a hair from 94 on Bill Cosby or Michael Jackson and prosecute them niggas to that from the grave and shit. They could go find shit. R. Kelly has said this back when he was a kid. You know, they could find shit. Come on, man. But y'all don't see it though, huh? They had all the names. Let's not forget that all the names was in there. Y'all know who them names was. Bill Richardson and all of them motherfuckers. Duke of York, Bill Clinton, Joe Biden probably in there. Kamala probably one of, you never know. I'm telling y'all. Let's continue. On February 6, 2008, an anonymous Virginian woman filed a $50 million lawsuit in federal court alleging that Epstein, when she was 16 years old, a minor, in 2004-2005, she was recruited to give Epstein a massage. Why they keep calling this shit massage? See, the verb is just say they got her to come fuck Epstein. We know what the fuck was going on. She was ordered to fuck Epstein. Ain't no goddamn massages. Ain't that many professional massage giving motherfuckers in the world, goddamn it. She claims she was taken to, I bet y'all know she was, but y'all still protecting a fucking pedophile. She claims she was taken to his mansion where he exposed himself and had sexual intercourse with her and paid her $200 immediately afterward. A similar $50 million suit was filed in March of 2008 by a different woman. He paid you to have sex with him and you doubling up. Everybody know how this shit go. You let that motherfucker lowball you anyway. $200. You ain't say nothing then, goddamn it. You let him give you the $200. How old you gotta be to have a fucking 2 cents, to have a brain? Get the fuck out of here. You would have been like, hold on. Motherfucker gave me $200. I'm going to the police. You could have walked up to any police, goddamn it, and got more money than that. You got $200 from the dude. Man, get the fuck out of here. Let me see. Let's continue. In December, blah, blah, blah. On December, a federal suit was filed by Jane Doe number 1, Courtney Wild, and Jane Doe number 2 against the United States for violations of the crime victims' rights. Oh, that's a girl and them who they hid the information from and shit, you did, of the dude's sexual abuse ring. Ain't that a bitch? A document filed in court alleges that Epstein ran a sexual abuse ring and lent underage girls to prominent American politicians, powerful business executives, foreign presidents, and well-known prime ministers and other world leaders. You see what they keep saying, lent? Ain't no fucking lent. He pimped. He was a high price pimp. A big money pimp who they finally decided to take down. Because y'all know damn well, like, Pay attention to the patterns here. Y'all know damn well when somebody attacking you, more and more accusers start coming out. That means it's two elites fighting, or the elite as a whole is like, we got to get rid of this one. Think about it. Bill Cosby. Oh, all of a sudden, all of the women is coming now, huh? Or R. Kelly. Everybody ratting, huh? See? Or even with Weinstein, everybody coming out now, huh? See? Just look for the repetition in the bullshit that they give to you dig? Prominent motherfuckers, high-priced motherfuckers, American politicians. Y'all thought they was gonna let them names get out? You think that boy gonna stay alive after some shit like that, nigga? You lost your motherfucking mind. This long-running lawsuit is pending in federal court, aimed at vacating the federal plea agreement on the grounds that it violated victims' rights on April 7. Judge Kenneth Merrill ruled that the allegations made by the alleged victim, Roberts, against Prince Andrew had no bearing. You know what the judge said? That shit you say about Prince Andrew had no bearing. No bearing. You know how they be. Seeking to reopen Epstein's non-prosecution plea agreement with the federal government, the judge ordered that the allegation to be struck from the record. Don't even allege no shit like that about Prince, y'all. He struck that shit from the record. You see how they operate? This that real gangster shit. Why you worrying about my verbiage, goddamn? You talk like this and you said a curse. Take your fake ass to CNN, nigga. You know? Though he did not allow Jane Doe 3 and 4 to join the suit, he ain't even allowed certain women to join the suit. Hey, America, ain't you outraged about women and all the women shit that's going on? This fucking Judge Mara ain't even let victims, you know, all them victims and shit, y'all like to put on a pedestal or some shit like they didn't know that they was high price hoes and shit. He said they couldn't say shit, goddamn it. On February 21st, 2019, the case of two Jane Doe's, Jane Doe versus U.S. Senior Judge of the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida, Kenneth Merrill, said federal prosecutors violated the law by failing to notify victims before they allowed dude to plead guilty. Yeah, that's what I was telling y'all. See, this dude got nothing but fucking. Tell me, y'all. Do y'all think a black man would have still been walking the fucking street with all these charges, bruh? And I'm about to skim through some shit too, because I'm getting tired of just reading this bullshit. Because it's so fucking easy. And the one y'all keep seeing on TV, the Giuffre chick. Let me see. Let's go to the Virginia Roberts one though. In January, Virginia Roberts. We did this one, huh? Alleged blah 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 Harvard law professional had sexually abused Roberts alleged that the FBI may have been involved in. Oh, we gonna read that. All right, we gonna read that. Oh, hold on. What that was right there. In January 2015, a 31-year-old American woman, Virginia Roberts, known now as Virginia Giuffre, alleged that in a sworn affidavit that at the age of 17, she had been held as a sex slave by Epstein. She further alleged that he and British socialite something fucking Maxwell had trafficked her to several people, including Prince Andrew and retired Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz. Now, ain't Alan Dershowitz was one of the dudes who was defending goddamn Epstein? Hell yeah. See? Birds of a feather. See? He was hitting them hoes too. Epstein was pimping them hoes to Allen. So Allen was like, yeah, I'm going to defend you because I'll be damned if my name just go down and I don't, defend myself. So I got to make sure you don't go down. That's what happened. See, you got to look at the shit from a gangster or block talk perspective. God damn it. Maxwell and others have physically or sexually abused her. Roberts alleged that the FBI may have been involved in a cover-up. Let me go highlight that for y'all. Roberts alleged that the FBI might have been involved in a cover-up. So remember, it's just crazy block talk sports, and you need the bird to proof. That woman who involved with the case, said, man, the FBI was up there covering that shit up, because that's what that means. She says she has served as Epstein's sex slave from 1999 to 2002 and had recruited other broads, other females, you dig? So look, she was a pimp too. So she graduated. She went from hoeing to pimping. She was doing just what she was so outraged that Maxwell was doing. I couldn't believe that as a woman Maxwell was doing that. She on ABC News saying that. You don't think I saw that shit? I saw you on ABC News talk about, I couldn't believe Ghislaine Maxwell was doing some shit like that. Ghislaine or whatever the fuck her name is would do something like that. But look what happened. Yo dumbass had recruited other underage girls. But you couldn't believe a woman would do something like that. Get your fake ass out of here, man. A diary purportedly was published online. Epstein entered an out-of-court settlement with Roberts. See, so she ain't even stand up for the victims and say, no, I don't want the out-of-court money. I want to have this dragged out in public and let everybody know what kind of a monster you are and shit like that. She settled out of court right now for $20. See how that shit go? So fuck Guilfrey. We ain't about to read the rest of your shit. Shut up. You ain't say shit then, you dig? When you got that paper, don't be doubling back now. Don't double back now. Do not fucking double back now. We about to go. Oh, let's go to the one with goddamn Trump then. Cause we going in the day. You know them low attention span having motherfuckers. They gone already. Only the real ones here by now. Goddamn. Another lawsuit. Look. He told Sarah Ransom, goddamn it, look, if you don't start doing this shit, you dig, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you and destroy your career prospects, you dig? Back in 2017. See how this dude get down? But they ain't talking about this throughout CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. Did you get any of this information that you getting from BTN from them motherfuckers right now? Hell nah, nigga. You are witnessing a rebel fucking network. Civil attorney, let's go through them, skim through these. Trial expected to provide victims with the first opportunity to make their accusations in public. However, the case was settled on the first day of trial, with Epstein apologizing to Edwards. Other terms of the settlement were confidential. So y'all know what happened with this Bradley Edwards defamation shit, right? Settle out of court right now for $20 because they be damned if victims get their opportunity to make accusations public. They be damned. Y'all see how everybody's settling out of court for $20? Y'all see that shit? Maria Farmer versus fucking Epstein and Maxwell. A new accuser, Maria Farmer, went public when filed a sworn affidavit in federal court in New York alleging that she had a 15-year-old sister, Ann. She and her 15-year-old sister Ann had been sexually assaulted by Epstein and Maxwell in separate locations. First of all, somebody assault you in one location, why would you ever be in another location with them? So get the fuck out of here. According to the affidavit, Farmer had met Epstein and Maxwell at a New York art gallery. See, that's where the real pimping at. Y'all talking about the shrimp E14 and all of this shit. The real pimping is going on at these motherfucking art galleries, you dig? They hired her to work on at an art project, yeah, right, in Ohio, where she was sexually assaulted. Farmer reported that the incident to the New York Police Department and the FBI. You shouldn't have reported it to the FBI because that's the ones who gonna have your dumb ass locked up right then and there. They with the nigga. But anyway, nothing happened from that. Let's go to the next one. In jail, this is the meat of it. While in jail, awaiting trial, Jeffrey Epstein served with a petition regarding pending state lawsuit. If I says Epstein raped her, no, this ain't the one I'm looking for. But whatever, this all of the cases that this motherfucker got all. We about to go directly to how this motherfucker ended up dying. Where that bullshit at? You witnessing the motherfucking rebel network. Look at him trying to go to personal life. Go to how he died. Cause I have that shit somewhere. My bad, y'all. Because they know that it's right there. Second criminal case on blah, blah, blah. Witnesses, sources on the day of his arrest, about a dozen FBI agents forced open his door. The search of his hometown turned up evidence of sex trafficking and also found hundreds of, perhaps thousands of sexually suggestive photographs, fully or partially nude females. Some of the photos were confirmed as those underage females in a locked safe compact with discs, handwritten labels, miscellaneous news number one, girl pics number one, and fraudulent Austrian passport which expired, blah, blah, blah. On July 8, Public Corruption Unit, Southern District, New York, charged them with sex trafficking, conspiracy to traffic minors. Fucking, it's a goddamn saying. Epstein's lawyer urged the court to post bail offers so she could leave the jail, blah, blah, blah. Denied the request on July. Here it is. See how they get, just to get to the meat of this shit. On July 23rd, Epstein was found injured and semi-conscious at 1:30 in the motherfucking morning on his floor cell with marks around his neck that were suspected to be from a suicide attempt or an assault. His cellmate, former New York police officer Nicholas Taglione, who is charged with 4 counts of murder, was questioned about Epstein's condition. He denied knowing what the fuck had happened. Epstein said he ain't know what the fuck had happened, cause nigga told him, you say anything, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. According to NBC News, 2 sources said Epstein might have tried to hang himself. A third source said injuries was not serious and could have been staged, trying to make it like, oh, it was him trying to do that shit so he could leave that cell and get a cell to himself. That's what they implying. While a 4th suspect, which I believe, said that assault by his cellmate had not been ruled out, which means that last person that they talked to probably was a black dude who said, shit, I ain't gonna lie, I think that nigga cellmate did it. Y'all know how shit go when you interview people. That dude says, shit, we ain't ruling out that nigga cellmate did that shit. Now think about it. With a high profile motherfucker like Epstein, why was a fucking cop inside of his cell? A cop? Because that cop was torturing that boy. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. That fucking cop was beating that motherfucker up every day and every night, probably sodomizing and raping the shit out of that dude, like one of my partners told me he probably did. Shout out to him, Mac. You dig what I'm saying? They probably was raping him every motherfucking night. And what happened when he went, remember they said he went to suicide watch. He went to suicide watch trying to avoid that shit, like, man, I'm gonna kill myself. You know, they couldn't deny it. So for him to get away from that police officer who was fucking over him every night and every day, you did, he went to the suicide watch. But when he got back 12 days later, which means on the 13th day, he died. Y'all know how significant 13 is, but if you don't, 13 colonies, 13 bloodlines, shit like that. But whatever, that's a longer story than you might be able to fucking fathom right now. But think about it. Why the fuck would he be in there with a cop? A dirty cop at that, who had 4 murders under his belt. That's because they put him there to be tortured by that cop, and I bet you that cop paid off. Then they asked the cop, what happened to your cellmate who on the floor at 1:30 in the morning when ain't nobody supposed to be moving around or nothing at all, and you and him supposed to be the only ones locked in here? I don't know what the fuck happened. Epstein, what the fuck happened to you at 1:30 when ain't nothing supposed to be going on up in here in your fucking cell lock? I don't know what the fuck happened, because they say they gonna beat the shit out of me if I do. Suspect number 1. Oh, we think it was a suicide. Oh, I think that nigga staged trying to get his own cell or go back to solitary or some bullshit. For a black dude. Shit, I think that nigga cellmate beat the shit out of him. Come on, killed him. Come on, y'all. Come on. Nah, after reading all that, because I'm about to wrap it up, all my attention span having motherfuckers, thank you. You actually survived this bit. If you actually made it all the way to the end of this bit, Well, how about you post a goddamn shark in the comments for me, you dig? Cause you a true soldier for this shit, you heard me? Y'all see I'm pushing that shark shit heavy, you understand what I'm saying? Block talk shark around this bitch, y'all. The elite murdered this dirty motherfucker. So not only was this pedophilia guys walking around, he probably raping black girls, you know, all them kidnappings and abductions. This dirty motherfucker was able to walk around for decades, y'all. While your brothers and sisters and shit get fucking put under the jail for a piece of crack or 2 dime bags of weed, they fucking paying nothing but restitution, court fees, this, that, and the third. Or fucking getting murdered with a cell phone in your hand, you understand? Or choked out because you allegedly stole a fucking cigarette or something, you understand what I'm saying? Or getting arrested by Kamala Harris because your kid didn't go to school that day because you're fucking homeless. Or a state just fucking excessively charging you because Joe Biden said they was gonna give him some more police gear and shit. You dig what I'm saying? You put all of this shit together whenever you make any decisions about this American government. Now y'all tell me who got the burden of fucking proof now. You tell me. Do you really think the FBI ain't make sure they keep him out of jail, keep that sex ring going, keep that money going? You don't think that you ever seen White Boy Rick or whatever fucking movie you may see today where they catch the person and keep them on the street, you did? You don't know how to connect them kind of dots? Well, that's what the fuck BTN is here for, goddamn it. Once again, y'all holler at me.